Hey y'all, Danny here. Y'all know the rest. Call me what you want as long as it's respectful. I'm gonna try to keep this video short. I can't promise you anything, okay? So just listen all the way to the end. I'm asking Spirit, what is the energy for this week? So happy Monday. It's almost Tuesday because I think it's like 11 o'clock. So you probably won't see this video until tomorrow. Um, but it is still for this week, all the way till Sunday. I'm asking Spirit, what is in the energy? Like, what's happening? The serious, deep issues. Um, Not something frivolous. I want to know what the serious, deep issues that is going on with everyone. I'm trying to take my energy out of it. So I want to know what's going on and I need some advice for it, okay? I already called Spirit in, my guardian angel, and I have a new deck that I am working with. It is called the Real Life Tarot deck. This is a ill deck. I love it. And you would think it's like the tarot deck, but it's not. It is really not. I feel like I might have to scry a little bit with this deck, but we will see. Whatever spirit brings out and whatever they say through me, okay? I'm doing the dread thing today. I wanted to be a dread head today, so I hope you like my do-rag. Um, and let's get to it. We're going to start with the Life Happens Oracle deck and see what comes out. Spirit, talk to me for this week. This week. This week. This week. This week. This week. I don't always want to come up here and tell you like the energies feel crazy. I don't want to tell you that. For some reason, they're giving me a little bit of like chaos or stir crazy, but I feel like it's more internal than it is external. So people would look at you and not even know what's going on. You know what I mean? We all wear a mask and we all know how to hide our shit. Most of us do, not everybody, but most of us do. So because right now they're giving me more of like thinking about whatever this chaos you're in. It's like a quiet chaos. Okay, Spirit. Oracle deck, what do you want? I just whatever you bring out. Whatever bring out. What do the people need to know out of here? On the table, please. Thank you. The truth, see? I can't make this up. See what I mean? The truth. This week or whatever's going on internally within you is either your truth that you need to let out, something that you need to tell your partner, okay? Something that you need to tell your boss, something that you need to tell a family member. This is giving me throat chakra. This is giving me, this is giving me a lot. This is giving me a lot about you. A lot about you. Even if you got the dirt or the truth or you know something about someone else, it still has to do with you because it's inside you. How are you going to react? What are you going to do with this news? What are you going to do with this information? Say if it's a revelation of what you're feeling. Like say if a light bulb went off and now you know your own truth. What are you going to do with that information? You know what I mean? How long you gonna hold it in? What like it's time for you to start building. I don't know who I'm talking to, but it's time for you to start building. If you're not ready to communicate, then you need to be on the side in your mind, building, like saving your money, budgeting, seeing where you could go, seeing what type different job you could get, seeing if you could be alone, talking to yourself, dealing with your inner like whatever inner issues going on. You know what I'm saying? And I do feel like, ooh. Spirit don't play. Sorry, I had to slow that down. I do feel like there's a lot going on internally. And I feel like you got to deal with some of your trauma, some of your childhood trauma, like like the parents, the father, abandonment. some of your own triggers. Some of your own triggers. See, this is where the video is gonna go left, because a lot of people don't like to admit, like, yeah, I'm like this, or I'm like that, or I know, and they don't really want to do the work on themselves. You know what I'm saying? So just, I'm gonna keep going. This says defense mechanism. Somebody could be on the defense. That could be you. You know what I mean? It could be you. It could be someone else. I don't know. But these two cards, they didn't come out together, but I feel like there's a story behind it. The truth and defense mechanism. I feel like there's a story here. I feel like they go together. What else, Spirit? I'm getting a name that starts with an R. It could be Rachel or Reagan, Regine, something with an R. Not Randy. I don't feel Randy, but it just came out. So, hater. You might have a lot of haters around you. You know what I mean? You might have a lot of haters around you. You might be jealous. You might be a hater. You know what I mean? You always, whenever you do tarot, because we're on this side of the camera, this energy could be your energy, or this could be energy around you. You know what I mean? Somebody could be jealous of you. Somebody that you wouldn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Not that you wouldn't even know. Someone that you wouldn't even think about. Someone who you think is your friend, and they could really be hating on you. Hating on your light. Hating on your happiness. Hating on your growth. You know what I mean? Hating on your weirdness. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to first read your own energy and know what your energy is about. But you got to learn about just reading other people's energy and other people's intentions. You know what I mean? I do feel like somebody might have a test coming up. It's your time. It's your time. It's your time. It's your time to stop contemplating. It's your time to take a leap of faith. It's your time to use your throat chakra. It's your time to have this glow up that you're waiting for. And even if you're not waiting for it, like, this transformation, you know what I mean? It happens for everybody. Some transformations happen slow, some happen fast. You know what I mean? But it is your time. So now you got to ask yourself, what do you need to do? Should you be writing it down? Should you be manifesting? Should you be talking out loud? Do you need to take more action? Like, what do you need to do? This haters card right here, this is giving me mental health. Something with mental health issues right here. I feel like people might be doing research on, like, whatever mental health issues there might be. You know, schizophrenia, bipolar. I'm not a doctor, so, but I'm getting like someone's doing, like, either someone has mental health that is around, mental health issues that is around you, and you're doing research on this, maybe to help them or whatever, or maybe they're doing their own research, or maybe spirit is trying to tell you, do some research. I Now, happy Easter. That was on Sunday. It is Monday still. It's still Monday. I think I got about 10 more minutes. I'm not really quite sure what time it is. Let me see. Oh, I got a whole hour. It's 11 o'clock. So yesterday was Easter. I hope everybody had a really good Easter. Excuse me in this do-rag, y'all. But I'm tasting or smelling sweets like pancakes, syrup, a good breakfast, cake, pecan pie. I'm smelling like, it was Easter. I'm sure a lot of you cooked. You know what I mean? Spirit, talk to me. What else you wanted? What else you want them to know? Desperate. 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 Hmm. I'm not really. I'm not. I feel like I'm not really getting any energy off of that. I don't feel like anyone is. Uh, I don't know. Let's see. Does that word resonate with you in any kind of way? Leave in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, y'all. Press like. Leave a comment. Leave an emoji. But let me know if desperate. When I think of the word desperate, I think of like being thirsty, like somebody on me. They thirsty. You know what I mean? Like some people might not understand that definition. Sometimes I'm so hood, y'all. Um, I don't know. I'm not getting any energy right now off of that. Spirit, anything else? I do feel like somebody might be at their last wits. Somebody might be at their last, like, I'ma tell this motherfucker off. I'm at my last wits. I'm like at the end, like somebody. I feel like somebody could be done with something, something or someone. Spirit, can I get three more, please? What else? What else is in the energies? And you know, I just got a little bit of love. There's some love in the energy. Not everything is chaos. I just felt like a passing through the night, like a piece of love. I felt like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, just listen to the end. Not everything is chaos and craziness. You know what I mean? Rock bottom. Somebody feels like they hit rock bottom. They don't know which way to go. They feel like they can't leave. They feel like they stuck financially, mentally, physically. Like they feel like, you know, you feel like you hit rock bottom. But that's the best time to build yourself up is when you at rock bottom. This is when you need to be asking your Lord and Savior, whoever that might be. That could be yourself. Your Lord and Savior could be within you. That's when you start researching. That's when you start getting to the bottom of things. That's when you start ask for help. Your community. You know what I mean? Your community could be your family. It could be one person, whoever. That's when you ask for leads. It's not always about money. It could just be about networking, leads, phone numbers. You know what I mean? Knowing where to go. Um, and this says needy. Needy. I'm gonna put this back because I don't feel like that was supposed to come out. But somebody could be needy. Like somebody could be real needy. Can you help me with this? Can you do this for me? Can you blah blah blah? Sometimes you gotta learn how to say no. That could be you. I don't know if that's you, but you know. Spirit, talk to me. Can I get two more, please? What else is in the energy? Healer. We have a lot of healers. I'm sure that is gonna, you can't see it. I'm sorry for the glare, but you see it right there. Healers. But just look at the picture. Look at that. Look at that. I feel like you could be a Reiki master or you could just be a healer. And not, you know, when I say the word healer, everyone think of Reiki or they think of like some sort of magic. You could be like a counselor. You could be like a big brother. You could be a teacher. You could be a really, really good friend. You know what I mean? A healer doesn't always have to be like a energetic, magical thing. Even though I shouldn't say energetic because if you are doing any of those things that I mentioned, that is an energy exchange. Okay, so it, I'm sure I have a lot of healers who is watching this. All right. Balance, and it came out in reverse. Now this deck don't really do reverse, but by it coming out in reverse, Spirit is saying like you really need, you need your yin and your yang, your dark and your light. You know what I mean? You need to alchemize. You need to know how to transmute your energy. You need to learn how to go back and forth. You know, you need to know how it's okay to be angry or mad or at your wits end, but you got to know how to balance it out. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody fuck with your energy like that. Nothing is that like important for you to stay in something. Because then if you stay in something, whether it's a job, a relationship, bad thoughts, mental illness, if you decide to stay in that, then you're making a choice not to balance your life out. You're making a choice to you're making a choice to lean on the wrong path. You know what I'm saying? You're making a choice to stay stuck. You know what I'm saying? So, just try to balance everything out. Everything needs to be a good balance. And that's not going to happen tomorrow. But what you can do is say, you know what, I'm going to do this today and not that. I'm going to try to talk. I'm going to try to talk today and not that. Like you have to balance. You know what I'm saying, y'all. You know what I'm saying. The bottom of the deck, look at that. The bottom of the deck says counseling. Didn't I say that? Look at that. Okay. I love it. Anything else in here? Anything else in here? We got how many minutes? 16 minutes. Envy and jealous. Somebody could just be very envious of you. You know what I mean? There could be somebody right in your family very envious of you. Anything else? You gotta watch. You gotta watch. You gotta be aware. All right. Look, and the needy card came out again. Needy. I said I'm gonna put this back in the deck, and in my head, I don't know if I said it out loud. Take it back out, Spirit, if you want to come out. And needy. Somebody might be needy. You could be making bread, sourdough. You might be into that, but I'm not getting a baker. I'm getting more like somebody could be like, I need help every minute of the hour. I can't leave you because I need. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get yourself up out of that. Responsibility. And you need to look at your responsibilities. You need to come first. You are your own responsibility. You know what I mean? Not helping everybody else, not making sure everybody else is right. You are your first priority and your own responsibility. Your happiness, your sanity. All right? Let's hit this, the real life tarot. Let's see what comes out here. Let's move these cards up. Sorry, I feel like spirit is like trying to come through with like names, but once I start giving these names out, then they don't stop. So, Spirit, what's happening in energy in this deck? Let me, what's happening in this energy for this week, all the way up to Sunday? What's happening? What should they know? I instantly got the word free, and then I heard the song from In Vogue, free your mind, and the rest will follow. Be colorblind, and don't be so shallow. So it's either like you want to free your mind, or you want to be free in some type of way. Or this week you might feel a taste of freedom or something like that. Okay. I told you these cards are different, y'all. You gotta bear with me. Yeah, y'all, this has a lot to do with your mind and your thoughts, and how you create and what you do. Like, you create your own reality. I tell you that all the time. You are the puppet master. You have all the tools, meaning like you have your breath, you have your life. Thank God if you wake up every day. Whatever you have, I was going to say you have a job, but not everybody have a job. But as long as you got your breath and a sound mind, you're able to do whatever you want to do. It might start off slow and small, but you got to work your way up from rock bottom. I'm getting maybe like a Cynthia. I never really got that name before. Cynthia. Yeah, these three cards right here is telling me something about being in like a financial hole. We have just a rock with a hole in it, and it was giving me some, like, this is giving me something about your mind. I'm not too sure what, but it's giving me something about the thoughts in the mind. Then we have the Magician card here, which is you. You are the only one that can control your mind. You know what I mean? I'm getting like there's a void, a piece. Something feels empty. Something feels like a void. Something is empty inside. You, not your partner, not your mama, not your daddy, not your abandonment, nothing that. Only you and moving forward and your future can fix this hole. All right? And then now I feel like it has a lot to do with finances. You know what I mean? See how the money is there, but you're not catching any money. It's almost like the money's coming in and then the money goes out. It's almost like you feel like you're working to work. You know what I'm saying? And there's no advice there. There's really no advice there. We're all doing that. You know what I mean? The one advice, the little bit of advice me and Spirit could give you is that you don't always need money to make yourself happy. So on your downtime, meaning your 1 day off or your 2 days off, make yourself happy. Choose to be happy. And when you are in that frequency of happiness, then different ideas of what you can do budget wise, or what you can do career wise, or what you can do as an entrepreneur will come through, and utilize those ideas. Do not let the money come in and go out. And stop chasing the money. That's what I'm getting off of this. Like I feel like you're chasing the money. All you doing is telling the universe is that you don't got no money. When you chase the money, oh, I'm broke, I gotta work overtime, I gotta, when you like that, you're only telling the universe that you don't got. And so the universe won't give you. It's very simple. I didn't say executing it is simple, but the instruction manual on how the universe works is very simple. I do feel like you might be like overspending somewhere. So that's what I'm getting. Like, you need to learn how to save. I don't care if it's $20 budget. You need to just save your money. I always tell people, like, when you die, you can't take this money with you. But my thing is, save for a goal. If you saving for something, if you saving for your child's college, whatever, start checking it out now. How much would a semester be? $3,000? Then that should be your goal, and see if you can get to that. $1,000, you could start off small. $25 a check, I'm gonna put away. Like, there's things that you could do, but you have to want to do it. You know what I mean? Sorry if I'm messing with this do-rag, y'all. It's heavy and it be slipping back off my head. I do feel like education, like, you might be going for your master's or your PhD, or like furthering your education. You could just be in some type of training, or getting a certificate or something like that. Or maybe, I don't know if I feel this, but I feel like a lot of you are telling yourself, like, there's no money, there's no money. You know what I mean? And because you're telling me there's no money, you're in the hole. You're going to stay in the hole. Is there anything else? I am. Did I say this earlier? Like I'm getting a name that starts with a D. It could. I don't think it's D'Angelo, but I'm getting D'Angelo for some reason. Delete. You need to delete and block somebody. Do you need to delete and block somebody? Again, with like this is like computer. I do feel like schooling, testing. Something's coming up. Um, I don't know why I feel like this has to do with a person, like deleting them out your system, deleting them out of your memory out of your memory bank, deleting them, delete and block. All right. But you could delete and block a person all you want. You know, if they not deleted and blocked up here, then what you doing? You still entertaining their energy in some sort of manner. Uh, Spirit, anything else? Anything else? Anything else? You might be overeating, spending your money on takeout. You might love Chinese food. You might be Chinese or Oriental or half Asian or half Jamaican and Asian or something like that. I don't know. You might had Chinese food last night, tonight. Egg foo young. I'm getting the name Jennifer. That's my sister. Um, this says festival goer. I feel like every time I this anytime I play with these cards and this card comes out, I feel like there's some type of avoidance. I feel like instead of dealing with the problems, you're going out, you're spending money. You know what I mean? Instead of dealing with the problems, you're like putting a band-aid over it in some type of way. I feel like there's a lot of energy around you, a lot of people kikiing around you. And that there's nothing wrong with that, you know, but sometimes you got to do solitude and take time for yourself. Something about peace. I'm getting off of this. Something about peace. Having peace, wanting peace. Peace within yourself. Anything else, Spirit? You might be thinking about going on a road trip or some type of getaway or something like that. Coming up. I feel like trips are going to be taken in August. Oh, and before I forget, in all of my previous videos, not all of them, but some of them previous videos, I told you that April is going to be, um, April's going to be a month. Like things are going to happen in the news. Things are going to happen with you. Things is about your health. Like between today, April 6th or April 8th, April 16th, all the way to April 28th. Things are going to be very strange and happening. Just be aware of it. Write it down if you need to. Take a mental note. All right? But this says road trip. Road trip. Who somebody could be older who's watching this before GPS. You know what I mean? In your 50s, late 40s, 50s, 60s even. You know what I mean? Montana is coming up. Montana, Colorado, Boston, these places. If you know anybody there, reach out to them. If you're from there, these messages could be for you. The gaslight. So somebody could be gaslighting you, telling you bullshit. You can have a narcissist in your life. Get rid of them. You don't need a tarot person or a psychic or a medium to tell you like, and it's not going to be easy, but you need to make a plan. Make a plan. Make a plan. The revolving door. So are you in the same cycle? Are you letting people in and going back out, picking the same people? Are you in a cycle? Are you in a cycle? In the same cycle? If you're in the same cycle, I don't supposed to notice that. Spirit is shouldn't be telling me that. That's something that you need to notice. All right? I feel like somebody could work in corporate or downtown. You could have even worked for the World Trade Center, or maybe you from New York, the Twin Towers or something like that. I'm getting 9/11. I'm getting like a Veronica, something with a V. Veronica, Victoria, Victor. This week there could be a victory for you. It could be small, but it could be a victory for you. But if you're not aware, and if you in your head, like overthinking, doing for others, spreading your energy to, if you not really focusing inward, releasing the negative, being open for the positive, if you're not looking out for them signs, then 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 things won't change for you. That's the best that I could say. I'm sorry. Anything else, Spirit, in here? I don't know. They're giving me like something about a motorcycle or a car crash or both. Victorious. They're giving me something about a delicate flower. Um, Something about a delicate flower. Delilah, your name could be Delilah. You can have back issues, back injuries, something with your back going on. It just means these messages are for you. One or two of these messages are for you. You need to take responsibility somewhere. You need to go check on something or somebody. You need to go to the doctor, something like that. Spirit, talk to me. You might be a smoker. I feel like when I pick this card up, you see it's an ashtray with cigarettes in it. I just feel like you could be a smoker, but I think this is about bad habits. This is about being overwhelmed. This is about having anxiety. That's why someone's smoking so much. You know what I mean? I feel like somebody could be a mini or a big hoarder. You need to declutter, get rid of some of that stuff. You could be concerned about somebody. You could be concerned about somebody. Caution. That's crazy. Caution. The reason I say that's crazy is because when I was talking to you about this, I got the word caution in my mind, in my third eye. I saw a caution, and then I picked this card up and it says caution. So this week you need to be aware. Something could I am getting for some of you, it's about your health. So go check up on whatever you need to check up on. You know what I mean? It could be someone else's health. Just make sure you look into whatever this is. And be cautious. Be cautious and be aware. Don't let narcissists and gaslighters in your life. You gotta learn how to have discernment, and you gotta learn how to read between all of that, because I feel like a lot of that's coming up. VR, the RVs, VRs, the things that you look, the games you be playing and stuff like that. But somebody could be playing games with you. I'm feeling. I feel like you can have on blinders. I feel like somebody's bullshitting you. Or you might have a VR and you might be playing this and stuff. This is a great way to lose weight, you know what I mean? If you didn't want to hit the gym or exercise or whatever. But I'm not really getting that. I'm getting like you got blinders on. I'm getting like somebody's bullshitting you. Somebody's playing you. You might need your passport again with a trip. You know what I mean? But for some reason, I'm getting communication. You might be in talks or talking to somebody about getting your passport or about a trip or something like this. I'm getting Barbados as well. You might think you funny. Somebody might think they funny. That says the stand up. You might have went to a comedy show or something like that, or karaoke. They're giving me fish too. You might have. I'm gonna stop here, but you might have eaten fish or cooked fish, maybe for the holiday or something like that. You might be allergic, like me, for or shellfish. Let's get some time cards. All the advice here, y'all, for this week. One is to be aware. Be aware of fake energy around you. You know what I mean? Be aware of your own energy, your thoughts, and what you're trying to manifest. Understand that you are your own puppet master. This is your reality. You have to create it. You can't be needy. You know what I'm saying? You have to, and that's not saying people won't help you, but you got to do things on your own. This is how you learn and this is how you grow. I do feel like there's a test or something with school coming up for people. So do your best. That's all you can do. But make sure your best is like really studying, really getting tutored, really, really doing what you got to do. Do your best. You know what I'm saying? Always say a prayer. You know what I mean? And go into whatever testing you take, whatever you go into, whatever, with a knowing that you got it, that you got this. You know what I mean? I'm getting something about big insecurities. You could be insecure about like the cellulite on your legs they're giving me, or something about your legs. You know what I mean? Or just in general, maybe you insecure about your body. Who you human? It's okay. It's okay. But you gotta see. You have to see that you're beautiful. Spirit, give me a timeline for something. Oh, we said there might be a victory this week. Can you give me something out of this, please? Like when this could be? It could be this week, y'all. I'm just saying. A small victory is something. Thursday is standing out for me. Thursday. Spirit, talk to me. What do you want them to know? A timeline. What date should they watch out for? Within 3 months. Within 3 months, I do think like either you're gonna get a new car or you're gonna get something like something new. Or for some of you, I feel like within 3 months, somebody's going to come into your life. I don't know if this is going to be like your husband or your wife, but someone, you know what I mean? Someone is like dating or something is going to come into your life. And that's in July. That could be somebody's anniversary, somebody's birthday, somebody's death date. It could be an important date. But the energy that I got off the card is that somebody might come into your life during that time. So be open. Say thank you thank you, universe, for bringing this person to me right when I need them. 3 months, in 3 months. It's just say something. Have the intention and have the feeling behind it. Spirit, talk to me. What else should they look for? Another date, another time. Time is still unknown. Spirit is saying time is still unknown. So if you moving pretty slow and you want something to rush, don't rush it. The Spirit is moving the pieces behind the scenes to help you out. Just keep doing what you're doing, okay? I am getting something about February 4th. So if you know somebody that was their birthday, February 4th, maybe these messages are for them. It could have been somebody could have passed on that date, or that could have been their birthday and they're trying to tell you they are with you. Around May, something's happening. A blessing is coming in around May. May is in a couple of weeks, okay? So be grateful, look up, and stay open. This says things happen sooner when you focus your energy on you. That's right. Energy goes where energy flows, baby. Remember that. The more you think about this new career, the more you feel yourself behind that desk, the more you feel you signing that acceptance letter, the more you feel about these new people you're going to be working with, the more you see it, visualize it, and feel it, the more it's going to happen to you and for you. All right, bottom of the deck is time has been delayed. So something is delayed, but it's for your highest good. You don't want to hear that, but it is for your highest good. All right, let's give you an angel number. What time is it? 40 minutes. I didn't even want this to be 40 minutes. Whew. I'm truly be trying to stick to like 30 minutes, but it just don't be happening for me, y'all. Spirit, what you want them to know? What you want them to know? 5151. Be optimistic. Optimism. Be optimistic. I'm running your head to the sky. Your name could be Karen. I think that girl's name, that's my name, Karen. But you could be a Karen, one of those Karens, or your name could just be Karen. Or you could have an Auntie Karen. Like me, I have an Auntie Karen. 69, accountability. Accountability. You got to take accountability for however you participated in this situation. It doesn't always have to be a bad thing. You just got to say, you did this and I did this. Let's come together and find a compromise, or let's spread apart and go our separate ways. All right. I don't know. And I feel like the back energy is giving me like this reading is about like a suffocating marriage or a suffocating relationship. You know what I mean? So for some of you, not for all of you. Two, twin flame. Okay, thank you, Puda. That's your number. All right, y'all, I'm gonna end it there. 808 security. I love it. 808 security. You could be security guard, work for security or sometimes law enforcement or something like that, or you looking for stability and security, but you're gonna have to really put your head in it, meaning like filling out the application, seeing where you could cut corners, seeing where you could save, seeing what other type of job you want, seeing how you could further your education. Like, you have to really be gung-ho and going in to get it. You know what I'm saying? And people who are waiting to date, like you've been waiting, you waiting for that person to come into your life, give it some time. Give it 3 to 6 months. They are coming. But while you're giving it time, I want you to put yourself out there. Okay? I want you to, how they gonna find you? Okay? How they gonna find you? And the people who need time to themselves, please take it. Okay? All right, y'all. I'm gonna leave it there. I love you. Happy Monday. You'll probably see this on Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. And I'll be back real soon. I promise you. Love you. Bye.